A10.
Hashtag no Diddy, hashtag colloquialism, independent.co.uk, hashtag First TV A10A. Independent News World Americas. What are the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs? Federal agents with U.S. Homeland Security raided two of the rapper's houses in Los Angeles and Miami as he faces a sting of accusations, reports Andrea Cavalier 1 day ago. Sean Diddy Combs, a rapper and music mogul credited with helping launch the careers of some of the biggest stars in recent years, is now facing multiple civil lawsuits accusing him of sex trafficking, sexual abuse, and rape. Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and a host of other names, has undergone a myriad of reinventions since the start of his career, but has since entered a new and unwelcome era. Article continues below.
So, way back when I was in college, I remember the Howard University Choir, university choirs. So Howard University, of course, has multiple choirs because Howard University is Howard University and so exceptional. There's the gospel choir, which has gotten on BET a lot and all of that stuff because they do a lot of gospel and do it very well. And there's the university choir for the classically trained vocalists. Now, I'm sure that the university choir or that the gospel choir, they're classically trained also, but still, the university choir, we were invited to sing at the Kennedy Center honors, honoring Aretha Franklin. I think it was actually upon Aretha Franklin's specific request for the Howard University Choir. And this is back in the day. I remember Aretha Franklin sat in the front row, and President Bush sat in one of the, I don't remember what it's called, but those things above that look. Anyway, he was way up there, and I was like, oh, wow, this is a big event. And guess who we saw when we were backstage? Not only did we see many people, we also saw Puff Daddy, Sean Puff Daddy Combs. I think at that time he was just going by Puff Daddy. And I remember one of my choir mates actually called out to him when he saw Puff Daddy was walking by, and he was like, Puff Daddy, oh my gosh, you are exceptional, and I want you to know I would love for an opportunity to work at Bad Boy Records and whatever else. He said it must have been the right thing because Puff Daddy himself actually stopped and talked to him, and I was right next to him because we were singing a baritone bass, and Puff Daddy stopped and talked to him, and he was like, yes, I love hiring Howard University graduates to work at Bad Boy Records. So absolutely. And you would contact blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, you just spoke with Puff Daddy. So all of that to say, Puff Daddy has a really special place in my heart. And I wouldn't want to speak negatively about him. I feel badly that he is in the news going on with all of this. And as far as, well, why would I call it no Diddy? Because That's the new phrase on the playground for adults to say no diddy. And I was at my barber shop, and FYI, the world needs Diddy. So thank you, Diddy. Yes, thank you. And we need you. One of the barbers in my barber shop, and I particularly like him because he's also an MS warrior, and it's he's amazing because he was diagnosed with MS well before me. And his job, he still does it. Stands up giving haircuts all day. And I'm like, wow. So you really can't it it's not the end of the world for you. It's not the end of the world for us because we have the MS diagnosis. Yes, we can fight through. And there are people who are survivors. You just got to keep moving. You can't just stop. And I'll go into, wow, I know I'm going off a lot, but I remember he was talking with the person whose hair he was cutting because, of course, that's what barbers do. And he said something about something being long and strong and thick. And as he was saying all of that, common words, he was like, "Oh, but wait a minute, no, did he?" And I had to think about it for a minute. I was on my way to the restroom. That's why I heard him say that, and I was like, "Wait a minute," and then I realized, oh, he's using no diddy in the same way that people used to always use no homo, because being a heterosexual man, talking about something being long and thick in a positive way, it was like, he was like, wait a minute, no diddy. And he said it just like that. He was like, no diddy. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. But, and another guy at the barber shop had another no diddy moment. And I guess, like I said, it's just the popular thing on the playground for the kids, straight kids, I don't know. But one of the other barbers was like, I never sleep on my back.